What's going on, good people? Flag on the culture. We back. Aaron, what's the deal, bro? What's the deal?
Man, flag on the culture, man. We back. We back at it again, man. Coming another week, ready to get some hot topics for him, man. Coach Ike,
Hot
couple.
topic.
Yeah, what you got? What you got for him tonight, man? How your time out there doing? How's everything going? How the family going?
Man, family is good. China treating us well. There's some moving parts, but I will say it do get cold out here. It's not super cold where I'm at right now, but it is cold. You feeling it, but
No?
hmm,
Does it snow there?
not in my area. It does snow out here, but not in my area. Um, it has gotten down to 40s, but it's like super windy. Like I'm talking about, like it's about
Oh
to
yeah,
be a
that wind
storm.
chill.
Yeah. So other than that, it's good, but that does not stop what's going on. We have our DB membership. Like I said, we're training virtually. It's off season. Congrats to all those who have went to the playoffs. Shout out to Maxie getting up all the way to the championship, as well as Blaze, up there with Baldwin Park coming up short, championship game, CIF. Shout outs to them. Shout outs to Carson Palmer, man, going back to his alma mater, first year winning the chip, and D1, the best, supposed to be the best um, league in high school football out here in California. Shout outs to him. But the DB
They
membership,
playing for state, right? Santa Margarita play for state?
they're going on to the next level. So
Yeah, I like that. That's incredible to do, especially within your first year.
exactly, facts, man.
But
Um,
quick question on that. Do you give that to him or do you give that to the previous coaching staff that was there?
I mean, only time we'll see. As of right now, I never heard of the school before. I couldn't tell you, but as soon as he get there, so hey, um,
Boy, coaching DBs over there too.
I mean, if anything, I think he did a great job as an organization, like leadership part, because for you to be competing your first year from top to bottom, everything is running correctly. And one thing I will know, they defense has really been winning them games. I don't know in depth, but when I watch the scores or found the scores or whatnot, they be holding teams to like 6 points to like 10 points. And if they score a lot or a little, their defense was the main corporate. So shout outs to whoever, Carson Palmer coaching staff, the kids for doing their thing, man. So
Mm.
but like I said, still got the DB's program that's virtual. That's never gonna stop. DB coaching program, coaches, trainers who want to become a pass game coordinator, defensive coordinator, DB coach, want to become a trainer. All that stuff is available for you. DM me, and let's get to work. Aaron, what's on your end, man?
Oh man, coming back off this setback, man. I got a few kids. I got a couple kids set up, doing good. Mainly just trying to help these kids that I got. Just get to the next level. Just get to the next level with the connections and resources that I have. The best thing I'm doing right now is just trying to open up some small doors and it's big doors to kids, but they small doors to me because this is just me being a resource, helping these young athletes out. So right now I got a couple kids lined up who I'm talking to. We in good talks of trying to get some kids to different levels, trying to get some kids to college. Um, but man, that's really all it is right now. I'm transitioning into a new phase. So a lot of stuff is rebuilding, a lot of stuff is happening for me. So we got some things coming in the future for sure where I'm gonna be able to be more accessible to my people. But I want to keep that keep that on the keep that for another episode and stuff like that when stuff starts occurring and I talk about it. But as of the moment, just helping kids get to college, man. Through the small resources that I know, through some of the people that I'm connected with, just trying to get these guys set up, man. And a lot of these guys, they didn't understand how important it was to do your best to try to be on varsity as many years as you can and maximize your time. Um, but now that they trying to get out, they see how important it was when I was talking to them at that time. Um, as well as some athletes who have left the program and now need help. Um, man, it's a ton of those guys. But you know, we in a position and we in a place where you know we gotta we don't have to, but it's our need to help these guys out. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you want to charge a consultation fee or you do it for free. Um, for me, I recommend you charging a consultation fee just for them to meet with you on, you know, what they getting themselves into, being involved in my program and your program as well. Just so you don't get guys that leave the program for about 3 years and come back later when they need you. They can use the resources along the way. So, man, that's pretty much it right now. Just helping these kids get this understanding of kids and parents get an understanding how important it is that you got to start from the eighth grade and maximize your resources, man. That's the biggest thing for me. Just helping these people and kids understand, helping these parents understand the main things.
Facts, man, facts. Oh man, let's get into this, man. And before we get into this, I want to hit on this because recruiting is happening right now, right? And um, you know, there are some people who's going to get signed. They're going to sign a bag and whatnot, and congratulations to them. But something, my question to the people, right, to these athletes about to sign these bags, is something you should consider when you get your NIL money, right? And it's two things. One is life insurance for your family, for your parents, right? And I'll break that down just a little bit. And then the second, for those who do not know, people should look into this, right? Is how to take care of your parents when they get elder age. I don't understand if people understand what's going on right now. So there is a lot of people in their like 20s, 30s, that 40 range that they have to take care of their parents. It wasn't the case. And I'm talking about like they had to take care of them where the parents is now living with them. So they may have kids in the house, their own kids, on top of the elderly parent who had to move back in with them or something like that. So these are two things you have to consider. Number one, for the life insurance, right? It's not a question of if we're all going to die. We're all going to die. We do not know when that day is. Regardless how much money you make, if your parent passed away, rather if you're young or old, you should be not paying anything out of pocket when it comes to when they pass away. A lot of people they die with debt. They die with they have some houses, but the house is still old. You know, it's still a payment. If you can wither away all of those things just because you get some type of life insurance, and you yourself don't have to do it yourself. If you have siblings, you guys can all go in and do this. It's definitely possible. I think it would be very beneficial, right? Actually talked about this with my siblings, with my parents. My parents are older, right? And we should have did this earlier. But doing this, you help set up yourself and your family going forward. My brothers and siblings, our children going forward with taking out any debts and setting for any money going forward for us as a family, right? That's one thing for the life insurance. And then for the it's called long-term care. Long-term care, this is what people should consider. Long-term care is what you do for your parents. Essentially, think of it as a pool of money that when your parents, it's not if, it's when your parents do get sick, because most people who lose money, their retirement or whatnot, it's not due because they outspend it. It's because they have a health crisis and they run out of money. So if you put somebody in a home or something like that, or they're not able to, they get sick and they're out for extended time. If it is called a long-term care incident, it's like six things that they can't use the restroom, eat, all these things, right? then they consider for this. Not only that, this long-term care is able to pay essentially for their going through this health crisis. At the same time, you can get assistance. What I mean by assistance, for instance, in my family, personally, my father has to take care of my mom physically. Now, if we would have got a long term care plan for my mom or just my parents in general, right? Now that long term care, we could have paid somebody to take care of my mom, and it's less stressful on my dad. But the great thing about it, the money is not, it's not additional money that we have to pay. It's through the long um, term care insurance. So I just want to give people some ideas, some things to consider. We talk about the good things of people getting paid, which is great, but at the same time, it's about keeping it, and it's also about taking care of your family going forward. And those are two ways you can take care of your. Both of them, you're taking care of yourself with life insurance, getting for yourself, your parents, as well as getting long-term care if your parents or your guardian is a little older. Get it when they're as young as possible because that's when it's the cheapest. But you're looking out for yourself as well as for that individual because there's a lot of people getting burned out. And for those who do not know, long term care, it continues to go up. Nursing, housing, anybody to come in, it's starting to get up higher and higher each year. I think last time it is like around 170 something thousand per year. It continues to tick up. So this is something that people want to do the research on, get the information, um, as time goes on because this is only going to get more expensive. So I just want to educate people on that and those two things.
Yeah, thank you for that, man. I know that long term care I didn't know nothing about. So thank you for enhancing my mind and, getting me right with understanding.
Yeah, yeah, man. It's getting crucial out here, man. Definitely getting crucial.
It's
Oh
always
man,
been like that, man, but we just gotta make sure we own it. Gotta make sure we on top of these things, man.
exactly, exactly.
Especially for a betterment of life, man. Just, depending on not even depending on, man. It's that day gonna come.
Mm-hmm. It is. It is. It's unfortunately, man, and I know, we keep having these fish fries and we gotta stop. I gotta this one more thing. We gotta stop getting the bare minimum, right? I had some people, not necessarily in my family, but close to my family, because I'm in a financial space, and they had some type of life insurance or something like that, and they'll get like the smallest policy, and the smallest policy would cover won't even cover the burial. So you people are coming out of pocket to do a celebration of life, which is totally up to you. But the thing is, they if they have any debts, you still got to pay for those. Those things don't go away. It goes to their estate. If they got a house, now you got to pay for the house yourself. If you don't have the money, you lose a house. You lose a house that your parents been in or your grandmother been in if it's not paid off. So this is things you got to consider, and this is also a way to continue generational legacy. It's not all about having the money all the time right now. It's all about doing a smart thing, and then down the line, you put yourself in a great situation, you and your family, going forward. Yeah,
Cost of living is going up like crazy too. I'm in an
talk
area
about it.
where there's a lot of people out here. And I even had a parent ask the other day, man, I'm thinking of 10 years ahead and I don't know what my kid is going to be doing. I think they might just be living with us. I'm like, damn, you own a business. Like don't you own so and so? And you're like, man, I don't see it happening. I don't see my kids having an advantage when they graduate from college. I don't see their degree even being worth anything.
Hmm.
I'm like, man, so y'all better start firefighting or start something that's gonna set you up in a position. Hey, let's
I mean,
start backwards tonight. Let's start with the vaccine and all that. Since we kind of on this topic, start with the vaccine, then go Campbell's, then go up from the bottom to the top.
all right, bet. So, this vaccine, man, the CDC admitted, right? There is no evidence that denies that the vaccine doesn't cause autism. What is your thoughts with this? I know you have some experience working in this field with these kids. So what's your thoughts on this?
Now I wouldn't just specifically say autism. It's caused I think I'm not even sure, like I don't know these people personally, but I've never seen too many DeMar Hamlins happen on the field. Um, I think the vaccine has a big part in that. I think the vaccine has a big I'm not sure if LeBron James' son got it, but if Bronny got it, I think it takes a big part in that as well. Um, and yes, I do agree with the vaccinations of, just what's the word I'm looking for? This I guess I would say it's infecting a younger generation. So yes, I agree with the vaccines being the issues of a lot of these young kids coming up, and these parents not knowing what's wrong with them, regardless if they're autistic or regardless if they're nonverbal or anything like that. I definitely think I think anything that has to do with the media pushing it, we should stay away from. And I think the vaccine was pushed through all social media. Um, and it was pushed through social media that some doctors even felt that it was good for them to tell you to come get a vaccine or something like that. So I know it was a video that came out. I mean, not a video. I know it was I think I seen a passage or something that came out that said the vaccines have caused certain things. I'm not sure the percentage of things and stuff like that, but I just briefly went across it and checked it out. But man, I agree with a lot of these kids taking these vaccines just because these parents think that they need them for school or they need them for life or something like that. I think the vaccines definitely taking a toll on our younger generation. I just think not even like a COVID vaccine. I think like all the vaccines that you have to get as a kid. I think through one of them something is mixed up and something is thrown around to where you 10 times out of 10 now having a kid that has issues.
See, and I never understood the vaccine whole thing, right? Me having children. Um, I never understood this. First of all, even if the CDC says this, right, you still cannot sue any doctor. You cannot sue anybody who makes the vaccine. So it really doesn't matter at the end of the day because all these people are still left with the residue of their decisions. And these children, as parents, we have to take care of these kids. Um, and for those who have rather a autism or some type of learning disability or anything like that, right? Nonverbal, it can be very stressful and it can be very disheartening as a parent. So, yes, you acknowledge what people are going through, but at the same time, we can't take any action. I think that's cowardly. It never made sense. I think that's the best business to be in. I can make any product, and regardless if it does anything to you, I can't get sued. That I'm sign me up for that business. Sign me up for that. At the same time, and I always said this, um, why are there so many studies on with people who get vaccinated, but people without vaccinations, we don't know what happens to them. I remember during COVID, I was having a conversation with a friend, and it was like, "Oh, you need it, you need it." I never got vaccinated for COVID at all. Didn't almost die. Didn't do anything. Did get it one time, but wasn't fearful for my life or anything like that. But at the same time, right? they showed all these just for COVID alone. They showed all these people them getting COVID vaccination. How it done suppress this, suppress that. They never did a study on people who didn't. On top of that, all the people who got the COVID vaccination supposedly are dealing with health challenges now. But once again, you can't do anything about it. I think this is good what we're doing. I think we need to do a better job. And then the whole vaccination thing, when I like officially found out what it was, like, do you know like the vaccination? All what it is they actually put the disease in your body, like they introduce it to it, and your body's supposed to fight it off. Did you
Man,
know that?
I never knew that. I knew they was. I thought it was reverse. I thought it was reverse. I thought they were doing something to kill off what was already possibly in your body. But I think, it makes sense now that you're saying that, because if it was already in there, then you would have been attacked in the same way that you got the shot.
So that's dumb. So you go from you don't have no sickness in your body, put it in so your body can fight it off naturally, but you do it with 18 different shots all at one time. Come on now. And God is no fool. This is why people who don't understand your kids getting sick, that's actually a great thing. That's your body getting sickness out. Like it's fighting it off. That's how it fights it. But it can't fight off 18 different shots all at one time. 18 different vaccinations. It's just we got to stop with this. I'm in China. My daughter, they make. I think it's only like 3 vaccinations my daughter has to get. And I still don't want to do that. None of my kids have been vaccinated. But yeah, it's just it's a sad thing, and it's all on the detriment of people wanting to make money, and they think they're looking out for the best for the people, but they're not necessarily. So it's very unfortunate the aftermath and what parents are going through going forward with their children and their legacy, man. So it's pretty sad.
Yeah,
Pretty
man.
sad.
Shout out to all the people who didn't get vaccinated and don't vaccinate their kids, man. Not to anything against those, but I pray the spirit, I pray that we're not manifesting something amongst you people who have gotten vaccinated. Um, and like we said, man, to each his own. Everybody had a choice in that time, and it was your choice to either, from my perspective, it was your choice to either come closer to God, or it was a choice for you to just believe in the world. And I think now that you're a part of the world, you're seeing that the world is not as strong as God is. So, um, that's just my opinion on it.
And we gotta talk about this though too. So I'll say allegedly. So when my son was born, we went to a pediatrician. We denied the vaccines. He said he couldn't see my son because he believes in them. So people gotta understand. Allegedly, these doctors when they perform these vaccines, they get paid as well. Why? If if we're so about the protection and the well-being of the people, why are you getting paid? Why is the incentive if you give out vaccinations? That's a great question. That's a great question we need to ask. And I respected I respected the doctor for telling me up true. He was like, unfortunately, if you're not getting the vaccines, I can't see your son going forward. I said, all right, appreciate it. So
Damn.
this is what's going on in our society in the United States, man. So people who have children, be aware. They're gonna scare you, scare tactics, all these things, and it's a lot of other stuff that's being revealed in childbirth that I saw something allegedly. Um, they cut the baby's heel, and they said they want to see if it's any disorder, but at the same time, they also use that blood to store their DNA for later and sell it. who knows if that's true or not, but it's wicked times out here, and they ain't fighting fair. And you got to understand your rights. And as a parent, understand that you have the responsibility to take care of your children going forward, and you also have rights to deny anything you not feel comfortable with or understand. So yeah, man, very unfortunate times, but we just got to educate ourselves as a people and parents, and move forward and continue to put the people in the right power. So yeah.
Yes, another topic we had on the had on the list tonight, man, that we was talking about that got something to do with the world. Man, I wanted you to kind of introduce that and kind of tap in with that, kind of let the get the people opening,
So
get the
man, let
people
me let me
interested.
share this. Let me share this video, man, about Campbell, the VP of Campbell Soup. What he said. For those who do not know, let me play the video right here.
Campbell's is in hot water after their VP was caught on a hot mic saying that their soups use bioengineered meat and that only poor people eat them. In the recording, he said this.
We have shit for poor people. Who buys our shit? I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's not healthy. Now that I know what the in it, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. You?
If the vice president of the company is talking about his soup this way, I'm never eating it again.
After hearing this, bro, what's your thoughts on that video, man?
Why are you selling it if you can't use your own product? Straight out. You know it don't benefit you. Why are you selling it? You are next best thing to evil. That's crazy. But then again, we gotta understand, like, it's a marketing aspect for them to understand that they got us in a sense, like as a culture. You know what I'm saying? Like then I say they got us in a sense as a culture is for you to be, and I'm not saying it's only us who are poor or a lack of resources, but it's a funny way of doing things when you rich, and you know how to make that turnover, and you know how to keep that money going, you know how to keep that money flow going. So I just feel like, man, after hearing that, it's just like, first of all, that's crazy, number one. And then, like I said in the beginning, why would you create something that you don't even eat or you can't even use? Um, yeah, that's kind of backwards to me. And then I've never been a fan of it, to be honest with you. Me personally, I've never been a fan of like I've always gotten original chicken noodle soup. Like I don't know if it's out the can at a place I buy it from. Um, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt any place is buying Campbell's chicken noodle soup and using it at their restaurant. I will hope that's not what's going on. So I can say that I haven't had it. But yeah, I've never really even been a fan, bro. I've never really necessarily been a fan of Campbell's noodle soup. I never really I don't remember a time where I did have it. Like I said, unless I had it at school and didn't know I had it, but that is a great business marketing tool. But then again, you selling fakes, like you selling fake food. Like that's like having a store full of fake Jordans, having a store full of fake Nikes. Um, everybody's cover is gonna get blown. So especially with this social media world we living in, bro, I just feel like I don't know, that's crazy. And then they fired the dude and the company is still going. Like, how do you do that? Like if it's not true or if it's alleged, why'd y'all fire the man? You feel me? Like for me, that was just like for me with situations like that happen, I tune them out. Cause I'm like, oh man, what else? What else could happen next? What else could come happen next? Y'all didn't took the what you said the vice president,
Mm-hmm.
vice president. So I understand he's got to be close to the co-founder and the founder of the company. You got to be closer than just a friend. You got to knew them. You got to know them before it went down. And I think honestly, that conversation right there has been had so many times and so many years ago. It just so happened that we got social media now to where it's being revealed. And thank God it is. Thank God for social media, because a lot of these parents and a lot of these people will still be thriving off 3D printing chicken. But what you think about that? I think that's terrible, bro. I honestly think it's two ways to go about it. I think it's a good marketing money scheme for the evil to get rich, but then I also think you're not benefiting from it putting your product out there. Like, now your product either stays on the shelf or send it to a food bank.
It's still gonna be given to somebody. I mean, this is a deeper conversation. Why is there bioengineered food on the market in general without the public knowledge? Allegedly, I've been seeing videos on social media a lot how they're talking about even the meats at restaurants don't taste the same. Now I'm in China, so I'm not going through those things right now. You can tell the difference in qualities of food out here. But I have been seeing a lot of people talking about eating burgers, certain eggs, having steaks, how it doesn't even cut the same and it doesn't even taste the same. And it's bioengineered, but yet we don't know, nor is it packaged. So yes, the VP of Campbell, yes, it was a hot mic. He's telling if this is the truth, right? Which I believe it, because at the end of the day, first of all, we gotta stop getting away from canned stuff anyway, right? We at some point in time we got to grow up. We got to learn how to make our own soups from scratch. Just being healthy in general. It's all that sodium, anything that lasts forever. I do know for some, you're not able to afford it, but the alternative to that is your health now. So your health is going to wither away, or you can just make something in bulk and it be healthier. But that's neither here nor there. People's gonna make their own decision with the information. It's just unfortunate. Once again, our U.S. government has allowed these private sectors to do these things, as far as make these fake foods and then put it out in circulation without the consumers of us as the people even know about what's going on. So man, we got to stop this, man. We got to expose all these things going on, and these grocery stores for even selling it. That's who also we should go after as well. Um, I think at the same time, we do have enough power. We saw what we did as the Black community to Target. If we do that to a restaurant, now that's a little bit harder. But for those who are not selling these things, man, go to there and get all these other restaurants. I mean, these other stores that's selling this stuff out and get it off their shelves. And if they don't want to cooperate, man, we make them go out of business. So, man, it once again, bro, it's deception everywhere, and the sooner people understand, and then of course they make their decision from there. But that's all you can do is educate.
For some people who don't know, what was the situation at Target? I remember, man, every time I drive past Target, something hits my spirit. Like, keep going.
So I don't remember the what initial thing, but something happened where blacks essentially were boycotted, um, and people thought it was gonna be a joke, like, oh yeah, it's gonna be only momentarily. And I remember the comedian Kev on stage, he was talking about on his latest podcast on the Pivot, he mentioned that that he was standing in arms because he had a book deal. He's like, oh, normally I have my books in Target, but our community was boycotting. He's like, no, I can't do it. So they legitly, bikes were not going to Target at all. And it hurt Target's numbers like heavy, so much that they start to do change their business model a little bit, because in the Black community, and I don't know if it's still going on. I didn't even go to Target, and I don't even
I ain't
recall.
been to Target.
Yeah, so
I heard about
it. I just
I'm
heard
with
about
my
it. I was
people.
like, you know what? I'm not going either. Right?
I'm not going either. I'm with my people.
So you feel me? So that just showed the power that we have just in the Black community, and we're not even the majority. There's more whites than us. There's more Hispanics than us. So that just shows, though, if we combine and stay on the same wavelengths financially, we can hurt some businesses. So and I know that's tough for everybody in their situation, right? Families and whatnot. But hey, man, if you have the means to do it, we can also cripple these businesses and make them change certain things of how they operate, or we can start our own businesses and build it up that way where we're doing the right things. I understand. I don't know if people do know there's a lot of GMO foods being created, even going down to the seeds. So it's kind of hard to go get some organic foods, organic meats and stuff like that. But for those people who are doing it, man, we can support them, build their business up, rather what color they are. That doesn't matter because we all got to eat at the end of the day. That's something that we all have to do in order for us to survive.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. But like I said, I was with the coach as soon as I heard about it. As soon as I seen it through social media, I'm like, oh, no target, no target,
Mm-hmm.
no target. I'll go somewhere else, but no target.
Yeah, gotta stick with it. Gotta stick with it, man.
Yeah, I still ain't going. For me, it's just like I can get them products elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. Man, what's the next topic, man?
Man, the next one we got man, who votes for awards after college football season, man? Who is in charge of that? Oh my gosh, bro. I don't even, this is a different subject, bro.
Bro, so I had to do my research on this, man. And I think this is very interesting. Very interesting.
Who votes for the award winners after the season in college?
So we're talking about like the best DB, right?
Belenikoff, best DB, best receiver, best offensive lineman.
Who decides who's an All-American? Who decides first team, second team? We talking about this, right? Which is a big deal, right?
Yeah, we just talked about this for high school, yeah.
So, which is a big deal. So, look at this. This is according to AI, doing some research, right? So, it's a multitude of people, but essentially it's a mix of organizations, media outlets, voters and committees for national levels for team rankings. All right. So, it's media outlets and analytics or analysts like ESPN, Sports Illustrated, The Athletics, right? Then you also have people who are college football media and statistical organizations. So journalism for the most part, right? Then you have some people who are they consider this is what's gonna mess you up, right? They consider them based off of this is their criteria tied to performance, consistency, and a potential at the pro level. We're gonna get back to that. College football polls and yearly consensus ranking. So it goes back to where they were prior to the year, their ranking. So even if you was ranked high and you did have a good season, you still can be considered. We're gonna go back to that. And then recruiting, focus, and scouting organization. So it's also, and Kurt Herbstreit talked about this, I believe on one of his shows. If you were in high school, a high recruit, you would also be considered most likely award winner because you was highly recruited in high school. So there is some type of influence. So all these things, right? There's different criteria, but the media, things like that, coaching polls, yearly things, makes somebody eligible for that. So I want to go back to potential pro level because I never understood this. How somebody who, they'd be like, oh, this guy statistically in his career, let's just say DBs, right? He had 5 interceptions in his career, but there's a dude who had like 16 in his career. But that dude who only had 5 in his career will get drafted higher or will get signed in free agency, and the dude who has 16 interceptions in his career, he doesn't get drafted high, he gets drafted low, or he doesn't go to NFL at all. And I'm like, that don't make sense to me. But when it says the potential to make it to pro level, it all made sense to me. How, once again, it has nothing to do with the game of football and what you do on that field. It's all about how people see you and perceive you prior to you having the ability to make them look good on that field. Because, and we can say this, rather if we coaches or not, if you stamp somebody and they do good, who else look good? You do. Like, oh yeah, I was right. So if I stamp somebody and I can make him look good, regardless if he's good or not, I'm going to do it because I stamped him. I got to make him look good. So what's your thoughts though, bro, on this, on these coveted awards in college football and everything?
I don't like it. I don't like that the media has in anything. I don't like that. You give credit when credit is due. Excuse me. You give credit when credit is due, man. I think you allow the people to vote. You do just like we said. You watch the film. You watch the film. You watch the film and you vote just like that. You watch based off of hard work, regardless of the previous season. I think year by year, it should be evaluated by your end of the season film, not including bowl games. That's just my personal opinion. I think if you have a great season, you're gonna go off in the bowl games. Now guys are sitting out for the bowl games anyway. Yeah, so leave it to us, man. So leave it to us. Technically, like we just had a coach, we just seen a coach leave before his bowl game. Does the season really matter? Do those stats, all those like does what he did previously matter? If you could just up and jump and move to a situation like that, I just feel like I feel like the media blows it up and the media pumps it up, and it's definitely with this Lane Kiffin stuff. I think this is besides the topic, but I think it's. But I also think like with decisions like that, those are personal decisions. With decisions like choosing an award for somebody, I think those are personal decisions as well. I don't think that the media has an input. I don't think that they should have an input towards these things, bro. Like, and that's just my personal opinion. I feel like a guy could be more focused on his season rather than his social media liking and be a dog. Like you said, have 16 and the guy have 5, and he don't even have social media. The guy that got 16. So for me, it's just I just think it's pretty bogus to have somebody base it off your past. I think anything based off your past and you working harder towards a better future is whack to me. That's just something that's just like I don't know. We don't leave it. I don't like me as an athlete, me as a former athlete. I don't want to I don't want to have the media decide or organization decide when I know I just had 4 picks against this one team. Like I don't want to have them decide and just say, for instance, if I had a consistent season of interceptions and I ended up getting 16 in a season or something close to that, I should be on ESPN every week if that's the case. You get what I'm saying? If it has something to do with the media, how am I getting shied away from the media if I'm the one with the most in college? So for me, I think that doesn't have a big it shouldn't have a big effect on these kids. But as we see, it does. But that's something I'm against, bro.
Yeah. I think it's two things.
That's something I'm highly against.
I think it's two things that show, right? We gotta change how things are done. These people who's on these bowl college football projects, right? Letting these people in who vote. Same with these, because as a skill position, it's kind of easy. Because honestly, let's be honest, media. I'm not saying all media, but there's certain people they're not watching film. They're just looking at stats, and because they hear, oh, this person, right? And once again, I don't think you need to play the game in order to know what's going on or if someone is good or not. I don't think you need to play the game in order for you to evaluate talent. I'm not saying that, but at the same time, is the process like we mentioned last week regarding the high school football? Is it a very vigorous and like going through the film? Because receiver, quarterbacks, linebackers watching looking at the numbers and say, oh, this person has better stats than this person. That's kind of easy. How are you evaluating offensive linemen? How are you evaluating D linemen? Right? How are you going into saying this DB messed up on his coverage most of the time, even though he might have the most interceptions, but in his responsibility, he's doing the wrong thing all the time.
That's crazy.
How are you evaluating that if you don't know what's going on in that system? How can you say a person is
Crazy.
so? This is where we got to get away from. I'm not, because there is some people like, man, they're the best. You know that, but now it gets to the point, and I saw it. This is why you will see a guy who considered a top at their position, but in the NFL draft, why aren't they the first guy selected? Is because their evaluation is a little different. They actually know what's going on. If there are organization that's run correctly, because we know that the NFL is not run efficiently across all teams. So if the NFL, you got a guy who is top at his position, but then the NFL say, oh, he's a fifth rounder. And we got other guys. Now you have, that makes sense to me because you have deemed this person, you stamped him when necessarily in the whole totality of it, right? Because camera in the sky don't lie, right? It's going to tell the truth. And for those people, a TV copy, it's only so much film you can watch to see everything. But once you now understand what scheme they're running and who's doing what, and if the person is actually doing it effectively, that's a little different. I'm as a GM, as an owner, as a coach, do I invest in somebody just because they have 16 interceptions, but they can't get right, they don't know what's going on, or they only limited to a certain things? My view is different regardless if he's an All-American or not. So that's where I got from it too as well. But I thought it was pretty interesting. And shout out to all those guys who do get awarded. You know, that's coming up soon. Season is ending. But now that I know who's voting these people, I'm not taking nothing away. It's not too much heavily respected on my view.
Yeah, I'm right with you, bro. I don't think somebody who just I don't think that. I think the coaches should definitely have the last say so. Especially with the ones they playing against. Like it should be I think it should be a coaches committee or something like that. The ones that, played against, lost against, won against, to have something to say about. But then again, that's like saying the Kobe and LeBron conversation with LeBron's better than Kobe because of stats. Then you got people that say, well, Kobe was a way more skilled player than LeBron. You feel me? So you always gonna have that argument until the end of time. It just depends on what room you in, to be honest with you. Like, because you got those people that play devil's advocate every day. You got those people that's truthfully want these dudes to stop going off of the media and stop going off of initial performance and more so go off of consistency, the stats you putting up, because like you said, the eye and the sky don't lie. But then again, the pen to the paper don't lie either. If you're putting up all these yards and you giving up all these and you scoring all these touchdowns. So I just think, it's pretty bogus, man, to have somebody you would never meet vote for you. Like, and it's not like we fans or nothing like that. It's more so like, oh, last year he wasn't this, as we just discussed. Last year he wasn't this. So how all of a sudden did he have a year this year? We got to test him. So it's a lot of politics, bro. And I'm not really with the politics. I'm the type of person that give credit when credit is due. So I think if you deserve that credit, you've earned that credit, and you need to, we need to. It's nothing that we're gonna figure out because it's been going on before we even got here. So we can do everything we can to try to change it and talk to our what is it called? Have a players have a players association or something like that. But as far as my concern, I don't think it'll change as bad as we want it to change.
Oh, facts. But all right, so this just came to mind. So you know how some Power 5, Power 4 teams, right? They play some lower division teams. They blow them out. Do you think those stats should be like asterisks when they play them?
No, if you're on a schedule, you get blown out. That's on you. I don't think that. I don't. And like, no, I don't think so, bro. Because it was still an investment. It was still an investment.
So, and the reason why I ask this, right? Because let's say first two games, right? Let's just say we're at USC, just using USC, right? And we play like
Nevada.
who?
Nevada.
Nevada,
Wolfpack. Or Hawaii.
No, Hawaii, they because it's still D1 players. I'm saying like
What's that like Dixie State versus USC?
Yeah. So more like a D2 or something like that, right? Or D1 double A or something. They shouldn't be on the field with them, right? That's what I'm saying.
Eastern Washington versus Washington.
You feel me? So now let's say as a quarterback, right? You put up, and this happens in college football. You throw for 500 yards, and they be keeping them into the third quarter. I never understood that. I was like, why they blowing the team out? Why they stop? But fast forward, let's say if they're blowing somebody out in a conference, they'll take them out. That as well. Like if the score is 50 to 3, they'll take the quarterback and they'll put everybody in. But in the beginning of the season, you keeping all these players in. Now you just running the score up to make it look good. I also understand. I do understand this. I'm not naive. You also trying to get in rhythm for your offense. I do understand that. But you blowing the team out. Like, why won't you? I'm just saying, me personally, your stats, they are good, but now it's for a team y'all was supposed to dominate. But at the same time, you're counting this as it didn't make sense either, like for you to keep playing. You being in the game at this point.
What type of stats we putting up? I think if you're a running back and if you're a receiver and you threw for 500 and two receivers had 250, I'm celebrating until I'm trying to put up 250 every game after that. Now that is going to be a memorable game for you personally, but that's not going to be a memorable game for. I mean, just depending on what kind of plays somebody make, I guess, with the social media and all that type of stuff out there now. But like,
let's say you never go
perfect example, bro.
Let's say you never go 250 again. You never go 250 again.
That's what I was gonna say, bro. Because I was gonna say a lot of people not even paying attention to that catch that dude just made for the Washington Commanders in the end zone. I said, but if Jaden Daniels would have threw it, that play would still be trending on ESPN, and it still would be. You get what I'm saying? I said so. I mean, I guess it's every. I guess it's the people in the right position. I would say the people in the right position to do that. And then if you do that against a sorry team and don't never do it again, you just proving yourself that you was a lot better than those kids at that level. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you're not really able to compete with those guys at your level.
So this is where I'm getting to this though, because we on receivers, there might be a receiver that's up there considered based off his stats and numbers, but when he played people in his actual conference, he didn't get nowhere near that production. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm agreeing. I'm in agreement, bro. Like, yeah.
I'm thinking it should be asterisk. I'm not saying it's not on
That's
there.
like being
Your
a
stats
practice.
is on
That's
there.
like being a practice player. So I will go back up on my answer. I don't mean to be contradicting. But yeah, I think you do put an asterisk on stuff like that just for the simple fact of like New Mexico Highlands, they was one of the sorriest teams in the league. I had 3 picks and 1 to the house.
But are they in your conference?
Yeah, they are in our conference.
So see that's different though. If they sorry or not, but we just talking about like you're not even supposed to play this team in the
like a D3. Yeah, like a D. Yeah, okay.
Like you know this is it's like
And
if
then
we
you
were in
don't
high
produce
school.
for the rest of the year. Yeah.
Like that's like playing Hoover and Glendale in high school. Like you feel me? You know you're not supposed to play them, but at the same time they're in conference. But if
You're
they
not
wasn't
supposed to
in
lose
conference,
to them either.
yeah. If you don't score 5 points, 5 touchdowns as an individual, it's like, did you really win? That's how it is. So
yeah.
So yeah, man.
Yeah, our next topic, what you think about what you got for us? We've been overthinking staying in shape and culture.
Hands down, I believe so, man. There's so much
What
study.
do we mean by have we been overthinking staying in shape? Like, what do we mean by that? Like, that's a broad question. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people could say, I ain't been overthinking it. I'm just not doing it. So what do you mean by that?
Think of it like this. When we was kids, did you ever work out by yourself? Did you do anything by yourself when you was a kid? Playing wise.
To be better than my older brother, I was outside I was outside trying to be better than him in basketball. So that was one thing that I did. Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. Everything that I did was okay. No, it wasn't by myself, but I made decisions by myself. Like,
okay, making decisions, but playing outside, it was not by yourself. It was with other people around.
No, it was definitely with other people, and it was the community thing.
So why do we try to work out by ourselves? And then at the same time, just because we older, nothing changed. If you wanted to play, you just played. You got around with friends, regardless what the game was. Tag, basketball, football. Why don't we continue to do that? Why is everything an isolated thing now?
Well,
playing was community based. Now working out is an individual thing. Why is that? Who said it had to be that?
Nobody really said it had to be that, but with all these people like this in the mirror, like I'm not going to the gym with nobody like that, bro. I'm not finna go to nobody that's in the gym.
We're not even talking about just the gym, because you can run. Most people need to run. So, prime example.
I think social media has taken over that
naturally.
Yeah, I don't think it's a natural thing for guys, or it's a natural thing for people to I think people are like naturally cheating. I ain't gonna be like, I'm gonna just be straight up honest. So I think it's a cheating culture, and I also think a lot of people are more so moved by the social media world rather than just using it for what it is and letting it be that.
See, and I agree with you. See, this is where we have issues though for those people who are living according to social media. So let's talk about the worst two in history. So blacks and Hispanics are the worst as far as health out of any other nationality. And it's close. It's not like they're far apart. So when we talk about health and everything, of course, it's about what we eat, but it's also what we're not doing. So everybody can get caught up in social media all they want. If you dying at a young age with a lot of people, and it's a lot of obesity going on in United States alone. I'm not even alone. It's across the world because there's some fat people out here in China as well. We gotta look in the mirror because social media, you can try to blame all you want, right? Social media, it's not doing anything for your life well-being if you don't put anything into action. And it is unfortunate because even talking about working out, like people think about lifting all the time. You literally can walk a hill. You can do these things, but nobody wants to move anymore. On top of going back to the food, the
Everything's
bioengineered food,
accessible.
yeah, every bioengineered food and stuff like that, and the snacks. We just got to do a better job as a culture, as far as taking care of our bodies. And like we said, it's all about the next. And we got to talk about this maybe another time. How most of the athletes now they become parents. They the biggest ones. They the biggest people I know. And when I hear somebody like, "Oh yeah,
I
man,
did
this
my
person,"
time.
you said what?
I did my time.
And that's fine, and that's fine.
That's how they thinking though. That ain't the way to think. You just like you went through it. Somebody else, somebody is right behind you to follow. So, bro, that was the answer that I said like a couple of times when I didn't want to help. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I first got out here and I'm training these kids, that was my mindset. I'm like, man, I'm done with this. Y'all tripping, bro. Like, I'm not stretching y'all. I'm not like y'all not about. I'm not doing none of that, bro. And I had a kid ask me like, well, how did you warm up? Man, that stuck with me ever since that day, bro. And the kid's still in my program, but I just like for me, I hear what you're saying. Like, man, we can't turn around and not give what we was given.
But I'm not even saying you gotta be in the best of shape. When you are 300 to when you constantly got to pull your shirt down and you used to be the person, like, you feel me? There's somebody you don't know. You just know him at an older stage, and somebody who's the same age, like, man, he used to be the best running back in the day. He was all cut up. You be like, I can't even see it. Like, he been looking like this my whole life.
He rested with his hands right here. He laying back, his hands. He got the stomach shelf.
So that's what I'm talking about. I done seen some dudes who've been out of NFL for a long time. They still look good, like as far as physically, like. But I also seen other people. It's just like, man, I don't understand why. I understand. Don't get me wrong, but we went from all this discipline to now it's like it's a wrap, and I'm about to live. I just find it crazy. I find that crazy.
Yeah, that is wild, bro.
He's just looking at Usain Bolt. And Usain Bolt can still run, but Usain Bolt, man, he ain't been gone for 3 years. Usain Bolt, Darrell Reeves is the one who caught me off guard. I thought it was somebody else when I saw him at the Hall of Fame, and Darrell Reeves, that real deal. I thought he ate 3 people. How he looked, I'm like, crazy.
Yeah, that is wild. I can't let myself look out of shape.
Yeah, man. So,
I'm a person that's big on appearance. Yeah, that is wild, man. I if you get unrecognizable, you need to tap in with some. If you become unrecognizable after being a professional, that's what you've always wanted to do. You just like you just was in the league just because you got that opportunity. Straight out, because there ain't no way I'm sitting over here trying to get in the best shape of my life still, and you up there with all that money, and you still trying to you like not even worried about it. I mean, it's also people eating habits too. Like, bro, the last couple of days I've been eating all carbs.
and you can do that as an athlete. Yep, you could do it. Yep.
Yeah, because I'm gonna knock that off. Thursday I go play a little flag football.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So I just know how I move and stuff like that. But I know it's a point in time where you could be sitting there eating all them carbs and you ain't ran nowhere. And boy, oh boy, you could be a
Yep.
mystery.
Yep. All right. A dog get loose. What you gonna do?
Man, even if you got, yeah.
That's what everybody should do. Everybody should train. If something happened, you need to run for a long period of time. It don't matter if you bodybuilding, this and that, because life does happen. But if a dog get loose, or supposedly is a zombie apocalypse, can you run? And could you possibly carry somebody while you running? Because if you got kids or whatnot, you can't. If you can't, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I don't care how big you
Hell
get.
no, they gonna get us all right now. They're gonna get us all. I might be the first one because I'm starting off sprinting. They're gonna catch me so quick. They're gonna be like, let him get tired. They're gonna do like the cheetah do.
You ain't gonna get caught if it's other people with you and you passing them.
Oh yeah, you're right about that. But it's just how long I'm gonna be able to last because the people in the yeah, I can't, yeah. I can't. I think it's situations like if you, I don't want to tell nobody to run from the police, but if you got to run from like a dog or something, boy, oh boy, that's why people be jumping on stuff. Cause
Yeah,
I can't even run 45 feet.
I tell you, it don't matter who with me, kids, not. If it's four of us and something get loose and we got to run, I guarantee you, I won't be the first. I will not be the first to get grabbed. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, see, that's my awareness. My awareness ain't gonna allow me to be grabbed first, but I'm sure a caring person, so I'm gonna be looking back, backpedaling, trying to figure it out, especially if they my kids or something like that.
Yeah, nah, that's not happening, man. Yeah, but that's definitely something we got to talk about, man. Because we got to talk about health as well, and that's we already talked about finance and health is very important, man. Health is
I
the
like
next.
going on. I go on daily walks with myself, man. I walk every day. I don't care if my car is sitting right in the driveway. I'll walk to a spot to go get something to eat. I'll walk just to, a lot of people don't know this, man, but you got to enjoy your freedom while you got it. You know what I'm saying? You got to enjoy every minute of it, because either it be death or unfamiliar circumstance that come, you just take advantage of the freedom that you do have. You know what I'm saying? Like just take advantage of the freedom you got. So, man, for me, I've been taking walks, man. I've been taking walks, just enjoying what's around me. Man, just getting more aware with myself on these walks. And truth be told, one thing I noticed, man, I was in the house one day thinking about something. I took the trash out and I ended up going on a walk and I could not even recall what I was thinking or dwelling about just because how much my mind opened up to so much other things, just being out in the air, having the freedom to just breathe and stuff like that. So, man, I think everybody should at least dedicate a couple miles to your neighborhood, to your community, like that. It's not about being seen or nothing like that. I just think it's more so like we was just discussing on the topic of, staying in shape. I think it's more so staying in shape and putting yourself out there, having an understanding of really like how important health is, man. Because I remember at Mount Sac, we had a coach. Shout out to Coach Rod. He just retired from Mount Sac. Man, I think after 40 some years, 40 plus years, if that, I'm not 100% sure. I think it's something along the lines of that. But man, Coach Rod used to always say, my health is my wealth. I can have as much money as I want, but if I can't get here and talk to you boys and I can't guide you boys in the correct way, then that's no benefit to what I'm doing in life. So, man, if I could tell you all that, just like he told me, man, your health is your wealth, man. Like, do your best to do your best to stay as healthy as you can from what you know how, but also do your best to educate yourself on how you can get healthier within the realm that you're living in, especially with all these chemtrails being dropped. Man, I have a big belief in that. It wasn't a cloud in the sky, and I see about 6 or 7 planes driving past, dropping, not even dropping them. I call them chemtrails, which we all do. But then now today it's a gloomy day, rainy forecast and stuff like that. So I just think that has a big effect on our health. I think it has a big effect on what we intake as far as what we breathe in, and all that type of stuff. So, before it get too late, go on and start starring in your health now. Start giving yourself some credit when it's due, and start getting up off that couch, man, because I'd rather be off the couch than be pinned to the couch. I tell you that.
Right. Facts, man.
Yeah.
Facts. What's the next topic, man?
Oh, that's all we got.
That's it. Oh man, so we done went all over the place, man. Some good things to talk about, man.
Oh no, we got one more. We got one more. I apologize about that. How as a coach, how would you handle parents taking their kids on vacation or family time?
Oh, so I think this is very important because this is happening more often. Parents
Yeah,
are starting to keep that time dedicated. So, and I saw about a baseball player talking about this as well, saying he won't put his kids in a certain sports because he knows it runs like for the whole time. He's like, I'm not doing that, and he won a championship. I forgot his name. I think Chipper Jones or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but essentially, let's say you're a coach, right? And we know summertime in football is big because people coming out freshmen. You're gonna decide what your team is gonna look like. Well, every year, whether your player is good or not, let's say he is, right? Every year, your starting quarterback, the parents like, hey, we go on vacation. That's not gonna change. We doing that. How would you take that, bro, as a coach?
Hey, bro, I don't like it. When I got up here to Southern Utah, I started seeing so many guys take off and go to. This is the thing. If you're gonna take off and go find a trainer where you're working out at, that's cool. That's perfectly fine. I think they do that in the NFL when they go somewhere, they might even fly their trainer out with them. You get what I'm saying? Just so they're not missing days or stuff like that. But I don't believe in like a real vacation for a kid, bro. Who the hell is a kid to earn a vacation? Like for me, it's not even on the cheap side of things. It's more so about what is the purpose of life. The purpose of life is what is to exhaust the gifts that God has given you in the best way that you can. And when I say exhaust, I mean if he give you one or two talents, I think it's on you to bring back 3 or 4. You get what I'm saying? It's on you to bring back more than what God gave you, and that could be helping other people. That could be a scholarship. That could be putting other people in position to win. That could be a ton of different things, bro. So for me, I just feel like vacation for what? Unless you going on vacation to work out, you got the setup to where you have that ability to do that. But what is a vacation to a kid that don't got a job? Like, what's a vacation to a kid? So for me, I could go on vacation as an adult. I could go on vacation as an adult, and the kids, not even kids, stay home, or we find somebody to watch them. But for me, I want my kids to be locked in. That's it. That's all. Like, I want them to see the world. I want them to travel throughout the world. But if I have that opportunity to allow that, I'm gonna open up that door so that, man, I don't know. I don't know, because like you also taking away from building that trust with your coach and building that trust with the people who supposedly supposed to have your best interest in this sport that you playing. Now, if you take out jealousy and you take out politics, I think vacation time is good, because some coaches get mad at families for taking vacations because they weren't able to take those vacations. Then you got some coaches that will forcibly change up the schedule so certain families can't take vacations due to a personal relationship. Man, it goes all the way down the line. I just feel like you handle those things out of season regardless of where you at. That's just my personal understanding. Like, now that I'm speaking more about it, I think you handle those things out of season. Like, you don't go on trips. I mean, you go on trips when your time is not needed. We know your time is wanted, but you go on those trips when your time is not needed for those specific organizations that you signed up for.
But football's in the fall. It's not mandatory.
That's what I'm saying. So if it's not a team event, so 7-on-7, we could go on a trip from January to February. From January to February, we can go on trips. I feel like that should be a great time for football players to get out, go on trips. You shouldn't be playing in January. I think all football ends in December in high school and college, right? I mean, January,
November, December.
Yeah, but if you're playing in December, you doing good, right? Okay, so yeah, unless you're in college or something like that, or NFL, those levels that you are trying to make it to, I just think, man, this is kind of a hard one, because yes, I want my kids to have a great experience, but I also want my kids to achieve in life, in what they want to achieve in. So I just think if it's not in season, the coach shouldn't have an issue with that, at all. I don't think if it's a mandatory team meeting or a mandatory team need, that vacation can be taken. Just trying to put myself in a parent's perspective, and also trying to put myself in a financial perspective of the financial, like, having an understanding that I could do this financially. So I think vacations are good, bro. I think vacations are good. I think vacations upon you working out on that vacation is important as well. But I think vacations are good. Just it can't be in season. So, like you said, it's certain parents that sign their kids up for certain sports that only last 120 days. So now we can go vacation after, then you come back to another sport. I understand that. But if you sign your kid up and you going on vacations in the middle of the season and you knew the schedule and stuff like that, now that's where it becomes a problem, bro. Because now it's like you sign this kid up before you plan that vacation and you still plan that vacation. You feel me? So it gets political right there for me.
So this happened to me. I went on vacation as when I was in high school. Told Coach Mills about it and everything. I think it's good as a coach. You can't get mad. You can't get upset. It's their family time, and because football, and we're just using football, other sports, right? Football is it's so time consuming. And summertime is the only time a parent might be able to take their kids on vacation. So just because you have, and we know in the summertime in football, that can be very important because the season is right around the corner. But it also, you go on vacation, enjoy. First of all, I'm not taking no time away from parents and their kids spending time with each other. Second of all, I'm not going to stop the exposure of kids because by me going on vacation, I went to Rome, I went to St. Thomas, things people have never done or seen as adults. I did this in high school. Now, I did that as a junior. My senior year, I turned down going to London and Aruba, which was dumb. I ended up going to Aruba. I still haven't went to London. I could have went to London and experienced it and not paid anything. Now I got my own family. If I got to go to London now, which is going to be more expensive, I missed out, and I still played the football season. Had my best football year, but it wasn't because I didn't go on a vacation. So we need to keep things in perspective as well at the same time. And then let's keep it like this too. A lot of kids don't even desire to go to college or go play professionally. So their parents, and we talked about this before, their parents sees it as something that they want to do, but at the same time they want to spend time with their kids. And for coaches to get upset at this, hey, you signed them up for this. Yeah, I signed them up. My first responsibility is my children, though, and family time. And we're going to take this regardless if you like it or not, regardless if he starts or not. And I think coaches going forward will have to adapt because this just shows also the structure of certain sports. You're out there just coaching for no reason because I don't think you need to be out using football, for example, out practicing for 2 to 3 hours. I don't think it's mandatory that you do certain amount of workouts in the summertime to get ready for a football season. Yeah. So I think this is going to be the new norm going forward, especially how expensive things are, and people are actually want to spend time with their kids. So I think this is what we'll see. An
But
uptick of this.
you also got these high schoolers that's getting paid as well. So now they're able to pay for the trips. So just imagine how much they couldn't go out growing up. And now with this NIL and all these type of things, like just imagine like a kid being able to do what he wants to do. You get what I'm saying? Like now you might like you're no longer are having fundraisers.
You're gonna have boosters, but you for sure still having fundraisers. They're gonna find a way to raise some money still.
Yeah, no, I'm saying for I'm saying the top players in NCAA in high school getting money right now, they not having fundraisers to go on trips. They paying for them. They paying for them trips either through a booster, but they not going around saying, "Can I get if you sell 20 tickets?" You get what I'm saying, like a raffle type deal. Like you don't have to put yourself through a raffle now. More so than anything, it's more so paid for or it's boosted. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but
So
that money was going to the school though. But I understand what you're saying though. I understand it was going like towards the program or something like that. Because you can't do no fundraising and go to a personal. It go to a personal expense. That's nasty work.
well, well, just say like for a kid, um, to fundraise for him to be on an all-star team and pay his fees for his all-star team. With this kid now getting NIL, there's no more fundraisers. Like his NIL could pay for that. Like the money that he's making could pay for that. So just imagine in the kid's mind, like now that he has the ability to think about Egypt or think about Europe, think about all those type of things, like he might want to just experience those things while he has that leverage to do so. You get what
Gotcha.
I'm saying? Versus to
Yeah.
having to think about this, um, being on the other side of the scale without the NIL, without stuff like that. So I think yes, it's more family time, but I think yes, it also can change the culture of like how it is as far as financial literacy. With that, and that's where you come in, and that's where a lot of things come in. Like, man, well, if you're willing to take these trips, you need to set aside this much, set aside these dates, and we can do them. You know what I'm saying? Versus to having a whole family having to set aside stuff and having to fundraise for somebody's birthday or anything like that, or just not even just fundraise like that, but just say if he playing for a league that's not anything, and then now he needs to pay for his registration fees or just small little stuff like that. It just goes with this NIL stuff. I feel like it goes hand in hand with a lot of these kids being able to pay for their own trips and go on vacation when they grant it or when they want to.
And we gotta talk about that because I don't think that's tapped in high school NIL yet. There's only one player publicly that I know, and I know him personally, who was getting NIL in high school, and it's not what they're getting paid in college. And NIL is for people who don't know, NIL is more so you how true NIL is supposed to be. You marketing
It's a
yourself.
partnership.
Yeah, you truly marketing yourself in high school, how it should have been in college without no boosters, anything like that. But I know certain two schools that I know off the top of my head, I'm not gonna say their names, their NIL is a little different. It's not like that. It's kind of like college, right? But I feel like high school is untapped as far as NIL. But even with that being said, I don't think a kid is thinking about going on a trip. No kid is thinking about that. They're thinking about paying, forget fees or anything. They're worried about items, getting clothes, shoes. And we talking about these kids, first of all, they couldn't function without sports. I'm talking about outside, let alone being able to buy a ticket or anything like that. They not focused on that. Like I said, this is more a parent thing. Now, if anything, if they had the money, which I would doubt, because paying for a trip for three, let alone for two people, um, it can get expensive depending on where you're trying to go. But
Yeah.
but like you said, financial literacy, getting NIL early does help the situation where now we can discuss these things and give experiences to our family as a kid, which is a great thing. This is why I love NIL and the discussion of money early at a young age rather than when somebody turns 20, when they turn 21, when, it's not too late, but, you've already gotten a certain amount of money and you pretty much almost lost it. Now, I'd rather have that discussion sooner than later, um, up front. But yeah, man, that's definitely, definitely. I think that's definitely a good topic, though. Definitely.
Yeah, man. I think it does. And you said it's only a few people getting NIL in high school right now. I
That
hope
that
that.
I know about. I'm not saying that it's not happening, but like actually, I know one kid who's actually doing ads for a business, so I know that.
Yeah, that's fire. Yeah, that's fire. But then, yeah, man, I think that's all we got for him tonight. I think we was all over the place, but still got some good insight on the topics we was discussing, man. Anything else you want to bring up?
Nah, man, that's it, man. Y'all stay tuned for next week, man. We're gonna have some guests on. I'm looking forward to that, and we're gonna keep diving in some things. But the reason why this next episode is gonna be special because this is for those commenting, watching on the show, and giving feedback. So for you guys who want to hear something, give us feedback. Let us know what y'all want to hear. We're gonna discuss it. We're gonna discuss it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Y'all could go in the comments. Y'all can hit my DM, uh, Coach Ike DM, man. Just let us know what y'all want to hear. Let us know. They don't have to be hot topics. These could be questions. These could be barbershop conversations that just bring you to a better perspective. These could be conversations where uh, it pretty much helps everybody out. We just trying to inspire. We just trying to help all. You know what I'm saying? And if you got a topic that you own, regardless if it's sports, um, Coach Ike is very good with the financial literacy side of things. Not to say I'm not. He just has a lot more experience in that field than I do. Um, and then, man, anything if it got to do with kids, if it has to do with inspiration, training, or even a resource, man. I think I know a few people. I'm definitely building my list of getting out there, networking a lot more as this year comes up. But anything, man, guys, just let us know what y'all want to hear. Let us know what topics y'all want us to discuss. And if there are any guests that want to be on the show and afraid to ask, don't be afraid to ask, man. Reach out to one of us. Man, of course, we got to do our due diligence and do our research upon who you are and what you've done and stuff like that. Not like we only want a certain group of people, but we want to lead in the right direction, if that makes sense. We want to make sure that the people that we are connected to and the people that we do interview make sure they have a good standard and a good stability of what we talking about and what we trying to get out there. So man, if y'all want to hear it, just let us know, man. This is Flag on the Culture, man. We got brought y'all another episode. Let us know what y'all want to hear, man. God bless everybody, man.
Lessons, man. Talk to y'all.
All right, Ness.
All right.